Did you know that for less than $12,000, you can have a brand new electric car? Sounds impossible, right? But the truth is that in 2025, for the first time, the cheapest electric cars are not just a reality, they're within reach for anyone who spends too much on gas, taxes, and maintenance every month. What used to be just for the rich with Teslas is now a real alternative for people who just want to get around without emptying their wallets every time they fill up. But which one is the best deal? Which one has the best range? And which one could end up costing you more even though it's cheap? Stick around, because in this video we're going to find out which are the most affordable electric cars you can buy in 2025, and which one is the smartest choice depending on your lifestyle. Just a few years ago, talking about electric cars was synonymous with luxury and unattainable innovation. They were like those foldable cell phones that everyone looked at in amazement, but no one actually knew anyone who owned one. Today, in 2025, the story has completely changed. Now, electric cars are no longer just a Silicon Valley fad, they're a necessity that more and more people are seriously considering. The search for the cheapest electric car has become the mission of thousands of people around the world, and not just out of whim, but out of common sense. In 2025, thanks to incentives from many governments, advances in technology, and the arrival of new Chinese and European brands, there are electric models that cost less than what many people would pay for a used gasoline car. Yes, literally brand new, with a warranty and with prices that, after incentives, drop below $15,000 or even $12,000. And here comes the big question, with so many options, which are the cheapest models and what's the catch behind some of them? Because yes, there are low prices, but there are also trade-offs. Range, quality of materials, after-sales service, equipment. Not everything that's cheap turns out so well. But there are also some real hidden gems. And to find them, let's start with the one that has dominated this category for a few years now. A model that costs less than a high-end iPhone and that many already call the people's electric car. When it comes to cheap electric cars, the Dacia Spring not only tops the list, it has literally become synonymous with affordable electric cars. And that's no exaggeration. In 2025, this small urban SUV starts at around $19,000 before incentives, but with the right subsidies, its final price can drop to just $10,000 or $11,000, brand new from the dealership. Yes, brand new, with paperwork, with a warranty, no need to go searching on used car websites. And that alone already makes it a phenomenon in its own right. The Dacia Spring doesn't have any luxuries, no huge touchscreen, no heated seats, no surround sound. It's basic, functional, simple. And that's exactly why it's so appealing. It's not trying to look like a Tesla, it's trying to save you money. Another advantage is that it's very easy to maintain. Like all electric cars, it has fewer moving parts, doesn't need oil changes, and is much more economical in the long run. And since it's a very widespread model in Europe, there's a good service and parts network, something that simply doesn't exist for many other cheap models. So now that you know the king of low cost, it's time to look one step higher. Models that are still very affordable, but offer more power, more range, and better features, without blowing your budget. Let's say you like the idea of the Dacia Spring, but you feel like you need a little more. More power, more range, more safety, more of that modern car feel. Well, that's where two heavyweights in the budget segment come in, making a big splash in 2025, the BYD Dolphin Surf and the Citroën ec3. Let's start with the Dolphin Surf. If you don't know BYD, get ready to hear their name over and over again. This Chinese brand has become one of the largest electric car manufacturers in the world and has made a strong entry into Europe and America with a very clear proposition, offering more for less. The Dolphin Surf starts at around $21,000, which, with incentives, can end up being close to $15,000. What's interesting about the Dolphin is that it doesn't try to be luxurious, but it is modern. Its interior design is clean and high-tech, with floating screens, well-finished materials, and a sense of quality that exceeds what its price suggests. It's ideal for someone looking for something practical, but that doesn't look cheap, and its strong point: efficiency. In the city, the Dolphin moves like a fish in water. It's quiet, easy to maneuver, and its battery, though small, performs much better than expected. Now let's move on to the Citroën ec3, which has been one of the most anticipated launches of the year. This car doesn't just compete on price, but also on the driving experience. It has something that many Chinese models still haven't achieved, that European touch in the driving, the suspension, the finishes, details that make a difference when you spend several hours behind the wheel. The price of the ec3 is around $26,000, although with incentives it can get down to about $17,000. The Citroën ec3 not only has better range, but it also feels more complete. It has a good-sized trunk, a modern design inside and out, and that typical Citroën comfort in the suspension, perfect for streets with potholes, speed bumps, or cobblestones. Additionally, it has a smoother multimedia system, and in some markets it already includes driver assistance features like automatic braking or lane assist, something that was almost unthinkable in cars at this price range just a few years ago. If your priority is range and you don't want to come up short when leaving the city, the ec3 is the clear winner. But if your budget is tighter and you value a fresh design with efficient technology, the BYD Dolphin Surf deserves the applause. both represent a perfect middle ground between basic and premium. They are options for those who want to make the leap to electric without feeling limited. Sometimes, nostalgia can be electric too. The Renault 5, that compact car that defined a whole generation in Europe, is coming back in 2025 as a fully electric model. But it's not just a nod to the past, it's a modern, powerful redesign with soul. Its price, starting at around $27,000, although more basic versions are expected to be close to $22,000, and with incentives, you could get this icon for under $17,000. And it's not just good looking, it's a car that makes you turn your head, even if you don't know anything about cars. And the best part, it's designed for those who want something different without going over budget. With good range, a compact size, and an urban yet versatile focus, the Renault 5 E-Tech appeals both to your heart and your logic. Of course, since it's a brand new model, many people wonder about its long-term reliability. But coming from Renault and with an already well-established support network, it has the backing that inspires confidence. On the other hand, the Hyundai Inster is kind of a well-kept secret. Unlike the Renault 5, it stands out for its practicality. Its price starts at around $27,000 and, depending on the country, it may qualify for significant discounts. We're talking about a car that, with incentives, can end up costing around $18,000 or $19,000. What's interesting about the Inster is that, without making a big fuss, it gives you exactly what you need without any unnecessary distractions. It's comfortable, practical, well put together, and offers a drive that, while not sporty, is agile and stable. And like any good Hyundai, it comes with the backing of a brand that has been developing solid electric cars for years, like the Kona or the Ioniq. Is it exciting? Not as much as the Renault 5. Is it more rational? Probably yes. Here, the choice depends on what kind of driver you are. If you're more drawn to looks, design, and the feeling the car gives you, you'll love the Renault 5. If you prefer something discreet, functional, and reliable, the Inster is a safe bet. So far, we've seen practical, efficient cars, and some with quite a bit of style, but the MG4 Electric is a whole different story. This model has become one of the main stars of the electric market because it breaks almost all the rules of the budget segment. The MG4 is priced at $29,000, but thanks to incentives and subsidies, it can cost as little as $19,000 in some markets. Yes, less than $20,000. And when you see it in person, the first thing you think is, how is this possible? Because we're not talking about a city car with a tiny engine and just the bare minimum. We're talking about a compact car, and the most striking thing, its design doesn't look cheap at all. Sharp lines, an aggressive grille, modern LED lights, aerodynamic details, and an interior that, while not luxurious, gives off a sense of quality. Large central screen, digital dashboard, good materials in key areas, and a sense of spaciousness that makes it ideal for both city driving and road trips. And the truth is, there's no obvious trick. MG, which now belongs to the Chinese group SAIC, has gone all in on offering a competitive product to take on more well-known brands. And to do that, they've done something very simple: give up high profit margins in order to gain market share. In short, the MG4 is the car that redefines the concept of good, beautiful, and affordable in its electric version. When we talk about affordable electric cars, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing only on the most popular or most talked about ones. But in 2025, the market is full of mid-range models that, even though they don't have the fame of the Dacia Spring or the MG4, might be exactly what you need. Here are 4 models that might not be on everyone's lips, but definitely shouldn't go unnoticed. 1. Opel Frontera Electric, the compact SUV that nobody saw coming. 2. MG ZS EV, the quiet SUV that competes with the big players. 3. Nissan Leaf, the veteran still holding its own. 4. Fiat 500e, electric car with the most urban style. Sometimes, the perfect car for you isn't the cheapest, most powerful, or the one that's gone viral on social media. It's the one that fits your daily routine, your budget, and your way of getting around. If you live in a city with narrow streets, the Fiat 500e could be a real gem. If you have a family and need space, the MG ZS EV or the Opel Frontera might be a better long-term investment. And if you prefer to trust something that's already proven its worth, the Nissan Leaf is a safe bet. In the world of electric cars, there isn't just one right answer. You just have to look beyond the easy headlines. But now comes the most important question of all: which one should you buy? Because buying an electric car isn't like choosing between 2 brands of headphones. It's a decision that affects your daily life, your wallet, your mobility, and in many cases, even your peace of mind. And like everything in life, the best option depends on how you live. First, if you're someone who only uses the car in the city, your priority should be a small car that's easy to park, fuel efficient, and has good maneuverability. Standouts here include Dacia Spring, Fiat 500e, BYD Dolphin Sword. Second, if you take mixed routes, both city and highway, here you need a more versatile car, with better range and a bit more power so you don't struggle when overtaking or going uphill. Your ideal candidates: Citroën EC3, Hyundai Inster, Renault 5 E-Tech. Third, if you take frequent trips or drive long distances, the game changes. You need real range, fast charging speed, and more space. Even if the price goes up a bit, you'll appreciate it in the long run. Recommended options: MG4 Electric, MG ZS EV, Opel Frontera. Fourth, if you have a family or need space, then your choice shouldn't be the cheapest, but rather the most comfortable, safe, and spacious. Recommended: MG ZS EV, Opel Frontera. You could even consider used models from higher-end brands, as long as they have a good battery. Fifth, if you're on a tight budget but want to get into the electric world, don't worry, there are real options for you. Recommendations: Dacia Spring, BYD Dolphin Sword, Citroën EC3. So, which one should you choose? The answer is simple: the one that best fits your life, not the one with the most likes on social media. If you don't drive much, don't buy more range than you need. If you need space, don't fall in love with a city car just because it looks cute. And if you want to save money, don't buy on impulse. Compare incentives, actual expenses, and how you're going to use it. Which of these cars would you buy, and why? There are options for those who want just the basics, and also for those who want more without overpaying. But the key is to understand that there isn't just one right answer. There's a perfect answer for you, because the best electric car isn't the most famous, the prettiest, or the one everyone recommends. It's the one that fits your life without draining your bank account.